This is Diego Camry NY Zonalin DCX4215 LK Terry Nichols. This is BRUYX 33 Nickelodeon Time Warner Cable 04201. Our zip code. 14201. I'm sorry. I have two identities. My second name is Q&R. Buffalo Sabres are here with me in the intro. Hi, Buffalo Sabres.
Home feeds on Sirius 209, XM 89, and Internet 858. Away feeds on
Who's
Internet
winning the Stanley
868.
Cup this year?
7:05 p.m. Tampa Bay Rays face the San Diego Padres. Home feeds on Sirius 212, XM
Home
176.
feeds, yes. 15 John Paul. Pink Shorts is filmed in front of a live democracy republic. Love, expose, and approve. Thank you for writing Emerald the new safety video. This is Auditorium Station. Auditory Nerve, a Cebus iPhone. This is Pink Shorts. Salute your shorts. Nickelodeon. 14201. The use of land communicating zoning with your patents via my client's medulla, left leg, primary motor cortex, left leg, primary visual, left leg, my primary auditory, left leg, my arcuate fasciculus, left leg, my hippocampus, left leg, my reticle, left leg, my bracha, left leg, my angular gyrus, left leg, or any part of the left or right hemisphere. The brain is in agreement of identical evidence, and the discretion of all content obtained will be used for the Merriweather businesses and the old television network. It is 15 Buffalo Sabres on the left. It's in the addition, the den. Contact us at 594-1443 and pay your Geico bills at 1-800-932-8872. I can't say the rest. I would have to give you my ID. Contact Miss Cleo. Call me now. And the new Sidekick phones available at T-Mobile. The phones with the sliding keyboard. And Miss Cleo at 1-800-98 Isabel, ground 0, 8637. The Weather Channel. We knew you were going to drown. Yuri Harris is no longer with us. Let's have a moment of silence. Yuri Harris passed away in Palm Beach. In California, wiretapping law is a two-party consent to record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation, telephone call, without the consent of all parties to the conversation. This is a noose program. He won't be hanging. This is a Penal Code 632, noose on the left leg. We're in a 300 Chrysler at the funeral. Steve is going to give us a new job. We're changing the titles on all shoes, on prices. Thank you, Pancreas. Statutes of limitations don't apply. We'll explain it in the next half hour. Intrusion claims and cover lasts for 2 years we started late. Due to time constraints, we're going to expedite the intro of this. I'm very excited to do today's show. We're in savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted to do. Audio experience, I love the song. Richest Man in the World, motivational speaker. Richest Man in America, universe, world, galaxy. Send me some Pink the Short Way. I saved everything.
The Cleveland Indians. Home feeds on Sirius 215, XM 176.
Hello, Sabres. Tell us something good.
Internet 843. 7 p.m. Cincinnati Reds taking the Miami Marlins. Home feeds on Sirius 213.
Yeah, Marlington Street. The president's going to be there one day.
Internet 854. Stay tuned.
He's so cool.
XM sports schedules. Hard-hitting, passionate, energetic.
Thank you, Buffalo Sabres. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, America's first singing attorney. We made the law soundtrack sound wonderful. Besides everything, if Steve Jobs wants to do a verbatim with Pink Shorts, let us know. Verbatim software only for MerriweatherA.Law. It's what they really want to say. Because it's how they're saying it to me. So, let's get to our video. I guess it's the same old video. Once again, it's the same old video. It's Barack. I love the song Close the Doors. The music will sink into the sound system. Temperature's on 67 degrees. We're in a 2017 luxury from me to a you. You can run your windows up. You can run your windows down. You can ride with us.
NBC.
to get the finer things in life.
He's done an outstanding job, mostly covering defense.
Milishevsky
This may be my last press conference here, so I just wanted to
and the Federal Reserve.
thank Jim for the extraordinary career that he's had, the great job that he's done, and he gets the last question.
Hello, Barack. It's Geico.
First back to
Hello, Jim. Congratulations on your media career.
Syria.
It's our father's birthday. Charlie. Herman Merriweather.
has found
Herman
that
Cain.
despite all the decisive
The Republican.
tactics that the U.S. and coalition have dealt ISIS on the battlefield, that they've expanded their threat.
My name is
worldwide.
Question and Repertoire as well.
He has 18
QR.
operational bases. In the 6
You
years
can call me
they've
QR if you
made
like.
any personal disappointment.
A second a
Has there
day.
been more
A zip
progress?
code is not the
Any
president.
discussions you've had with the U.S. military?
Are y'all related to the
intelligence
president of the United
agencies?
States
Have you come
with
up
the
with
zip
any
code?
new ideas on how to deal
That is
with the
incorrect. It's just a coincidence.
Every time
He's
there's
based
a
on the
terrorist
armory.
attack, I feel disappointment because I'd like
Hello,
to prevent that.
Barack. We didn't mean to mention a zip code.
And that's true not just when the attacks
It's
are in
true.
Europe or in the United States.
We're in the United States.
When you read stories about
Whether you
attacks in
read
Lebanon
Erica or Tom
Iraq,
Frieden and Martinelli,
Afghanistan,
we've created his alias, the Center of Disease Control.
different parts of the world, that
Different
don't get
parts of the
as much
world.
attention, they get my attention
Make it my attention
because that's somebody's kid.
because that's somebody's kid who's
and that's
listened to the
somebody
Quiet Storm
who's going about his business.
in a vehicle made in Hamburg.
Mindlessly senseless.
My Ford plant.
So
So Ron Plants from Channel 2 is not Ron Young.
it bugs me,
Ford Plants,
whenever it happens. and
whenever it
wherever
happens.
And we
And
are constantly
we are
pushing
constantly
ourselves to
pushing
see are there
ourselves
additional ideas
and pushing people out
to
to
defeat this threat. Now, it is
to
important
say no.
that we recognize
terrorism
as a tactic
of hijacking a child
And if you
in
look at
an
the
American
70s,
car,
80s, or the 90s,
American-made car,
there
Hamburg.
was some terrorist
He was a
activity somewhere in the
Hamburglar,
world.
Hamburglar Ford Planner.
You know, that- as much as I
You know,
would
as
like
much as
to
we had field trips
say
at that Ford plant,
during my 8-year
I'm sure
presidency,
it goes with the resume.
eliminated terrorism
I'm sure at the
completely,
Clarkson Center,
uh,
it all makes sense.
it's not
Field
surprising
trips
that
at Ford
hasn't
plants.
happened, and I don't expect that will
Ron
happen
Plants from Channel 2,
under
Ron
the watch
Young,
of my successors.
the Grizzly
I do
Network.
think that because of our
Because
extraordinary
of our
efforts,
extraordinary efforts,
the homeland is
the
significantly
homeland,
safer than it
then
otherwise would be.
if it's a car, why wouldn't it be an
In
airplane?
some ways, this is
American
arguing
Airlines,
counterfactuals, but we
automobile
prevent.
manufacturer.
I take great
I take
satisfaction
great satisfaction
and I am
in
grateful for the extraordinary work
extraordinary
that our
work.
teams do. I don't think there's any doubt that had we not destroyed Al Qaeda,
Teens should join the military,
more Americans would have been killed, and we might have seen
and we might have
more attacks
a
than
roar,
we saw on 9/11.
Oldsmobile,
And we have
and we've approved all of that.
maintained vigilance.
It
recognizing
rains,
that
and if you can't swim,
those
you
threats
know,
still remain, those
that's your
aspirations in
fault.
the minds of these folks still remain. But it is much
But it
harder
is
for them
much
to carry
harder.
out large-scale attacks like
Large scale
that.
attacks.
What we have seen
What we have seen, I totally don't remember this audio the other days.
level attacks carried
It's
out
brand
by
new.
fewer operatives for an
I don't
individual,
remember this. With verbatim software, it's always live.
expensive weapons.
Expensive
They
weapons.
do real damage.
They do real weapons in our zip code.
Think
That is my Q&R
to
ID.
not just have a military
To not just
strategy,
have a military
not just have
strategy.
a traditional
Suggestion
counterterrorism
aborted.
strategy that's designed to bust up
It's
networks
designed to get our attention
they carry
before
out their attacks, although those still
those still
are necessary.
are
and we have
necessary.
to be more and more sophisticated about how we carry those out.
Sophisticated
It
about
still
it.
requires us to have much greater cooperation with our partners
With our partners
around the world.
around the
But
world.
it points to the fact that we're going to have to do
Points
a
to the
better
fact
job in draining
and draining
the ideology
that is behind
that right now is emanating
things that we do.
largely out of the Middle East and
The Middle East,
a
a
very small fraction
very small
of the Muslim world.
Muslim world,
A perversion of
a
Islam
perversion of
that has taken root and has been
taking root
turbocharged over the internet,
over the internet
and that is
that is
folks
appealing.
who don't necessarily know anything about Islam and aren't
Know
even
anything about
practicing
Islam
in any serious way, but
in any serious way? Today's show is sponsored by Gilead Pharmaceuticals.
psychosis and latch onto this as
We
some
are the
way of being.
Platoon and the new Cartoon Network
And that's tougher
and your
because
45th
that involves
president. Only from
changes
Time Warner Cable,
in
14201
geopolitics in places like
45.
it requires
It requires
cultural changes in
someone who programmed
regions
those
like the Middle
channels
East and North Africa,
and the programmers to know why they're in that position.
generational changes and
It's a
shifts
zone.
as the old order collapses. Psychology
Psychology
and thinking about how
and thinking about how
do these messages of hate reach
out of these messages of hate
individuals,
reach,
the ways in which we can intervene ahead of time.
we can intervene ahead of time.
And all that work is being done.
It's being
And,
done.
We've got the very best people at it.
We've got the very best people at it
Each day,
each day.
making a difference in
We're making a
saving lives,
difference
not just here,
in
but
programming mistakes. Today's day is Nickelodeon. BRUX 33.
It's a challenge precisely because
It's Nickelodeon. Terry Nichols.
percent of the time
The fire department.
it's still being heartbreak for families.
Heartbreak for families.
And it's
Promotional
because
CDs used only.
in a
Thank you,
country where there are 300
WBLK.
people here in the United States,
And 184 Kinetic History Armory.
99.9% of
99 problems.
people are
And
immune from
ID
this
isn't
hateful
one.
ideology. But
But
1/10 of 1%
1/10 of
are
1%
susceptible to it.
is
That's a
susceptible
lot
to
of
it.
dangerous people.
It's a lot of dangerous people.
And we can't always anticipate them.
It's a lot of obscenity in
because
one
they may
week.
not have criminal records. So this is
A
going
lot
to
of car washes.
end on the
Bring
point
all the
I made.
cars in.
How we react to
The West
this
Point
is
car wash.
as important as the
That's
efforts
not
that
all we see in
we
there.
take to destroy
We see a lot of cars.
prevent these networks from penetrating.
A lot of old cars.
You can't separate those two.
Classic cars.
The reason it's called terrorism.
A lot of Oldsmobiles.
to just a standard.
Yeah, we saw a lot of
is
Oldsmobiles
that
in there.
These are weak.
The West Point
networks
car wash.
that can't match us. Power.
Those kids can't see stuff like that. What
Is
is going on here?
make us scared.
Make us scared.
And when societies get
And when
scared,
society,
they can react in
they
ways
can
that
react in ways
undermine the fabric.
undermine the fabric of an old car wash
Makes us weaker.
that gives us 1 week in West Point.
And creates politics
And the Bank of America
that divide us.
is 1 week
Ways
only.
that,
Obscenity
that hurt us over the long.
that hurt us over the long haul.
And so
And so if we remain steady, steadfast, and if we do what we're told to do,
also
we will learn
take
obscenity
the long view and maintain
at
perspective
10
and remind
and remind
ourselves who
ourselves,
we are and what we care about most deeply and what we
most
cherish,
people,
what's good about this
it's an
country,
old car wash.
what's good about
What's good about it is we were
the
white water,
international order and civilization that
water out of a
was built
hose,
in part because
water out of a shower.
sacrifices of our men and women,
Our men and women,
in a century
employees,
full of World War.
National Guard,
Remember that. Okay, but we're still going to see
we're building trust
episodically,
exercises with children.
these kinds of tragedies.
These kinds of tragedies.
And we're going to have to keep
And
working on it until
we're going to have to say sorry that
it's better. All right.
we were part of
You may
this
only because this is your
CIA experiment.
Yeah, but I hope it's not too long because I'm going
CIA
to
experiment.
birthday dinner. Thank you.
I don't know who made it.
You alluded earlier to the negotiations between the U.S. and Russia.
Today's show is sponsored by Gilead, the platoon leader, new era, no
in
cotton.
exchange for whatever Russian influence could be imposed on.
We
this
took over the Fed Reserve.
variety.
New Sean, I don't
I'm
know
sure you're not
why.
surprised that some in the military are
Well,
not
because New
supportive
Sean,
of
the
that
nasty,
deal.
nasty. New
Some
Sean, you're nasty.
European allies think it would be a deal with the devil. What
Get a
makes you
Manhattan
so
cap,
confident
plastic
that you can trust the
Tupperware.
Russians and Vladimir Putin?
I'm not confident that we can trust the Russians and Vladimir Putin, which is why we have to
Verbatim
test
software.
whether or not we can get
Whether or not
cessation
the
of hostilities.
Fugees,
That includes an end to
the
any
refugees,
kinds of aerial bombing and
we have a NBI,
civilian death
oh
and
terrorism,
destruction that
illogical,
we've seen carried out by the Assad regime.
NBI,
And
biological.
Russia may not be
And
able
Russia
to
may
get there
not
either because they
chat
don't want
with
to, or
Eric
because they
Holder
don't have sufficient
on
influence over
Yahoo.
Assad. And that's what we're going to test.
And that's what we're going to test.
So
We're
we
chatting
go
with Eric
into
Holder
this,
on Yahoo.
without any blinders on.
It's all stars.
We're very clear
We're
that
very clear.
Russia has been willing to
Russia has
support
been willing to be in a
murderous
wheelchair
regime,
and chat with
that
us.
has, and an individual in Assad who has destroyed
And
this country,
Assad
has
and
declared
Clyde
power.
and Bad Boy.
What started with
What
peaceful
started
protests,
chat was,
has led to a shattering
which is now
of
mydaps.com, pretty advanced
society.
network of Mize and
And
Shalisa.
so whenever you're trying to
So Dalton
kind of
and
deal with
Geico don't go together.
individual
Individual.
like that, or a country like that, you
Can the
gotta go in
president
there with
explain
some
who
safety
All Stars Black?
On the other hand,
The re-exam is.
if we are
If the
able
president's
to
black, who was
get
All
a
Stars?
genuine cessation of hostilities that
Yeah, Mr. President, who's All Stars?
prevents indiscriminate bombing, that
All
protects
Stars Black
civilians,
and
that
the
allows
re-exam.
humanitarian access, and
Is it Eric Holder?
creates some sort of pathway
Some
to
sort of
begin
backway.
the hard work of
The hard work of
negotiations inside of Syria.
who's black?
Then we have to try,
Then we have to try
because the alternative is civil war.
a perpetuation of civil war. Have
Now,
we chatted with the
I've been
White
wrestling with this
House?
thing now for a
We're
lot of
waiting on the
years.
president to confirm that we've been chatting with Eric Holder on Yahoo.
Syria meetings.
Just tell us.
And there is not a meeting that I don't
There is
end
not a
by
meeting.
saying,
All
"Is there
Stars Black is
something
in
else
a
we can do?"
wheelchair with
Is there a
Neil.
plan F, G, H that we think would
Who
lead
is
to a
it?
resolution of this issue so that the Syrian people
The Syrian people
put their lives back
can put their
together
lives
again,
back
and we can bring peace and
and
relieve
bring
the refugee
peace.
crisis that's taken place. And the
And
options are limited.
the options are
You
limited.
have a civil war like this.
A civil
You
war
have
like this.
A ruler who got his people.
It's Atlanta.
Uh,
We've chatted with
terrorist
Atlanta.
organizations that
That Shalisa has to explain what kind of Elisa Shalisa
impose their own kind of
Atlanta is going on.
dictatorship on
We've chatted with a disabled
you have,
man named All Stars
moderate
Black,
opposition, and
Opposition.
ordinary civilians who are often outgunned and
who are often outdone.
and that's a very difficult.
That's a different Yahoo. Ohio, 3
But we've
votes.
got to give it.
We've got to
chance.
give it a chance.
There are going to be some bottom
We
lines
know
that
it's
we expect
related.
for us to cooperate with Russia.
We know
beyond
Black
this
is related.
infliction that we're currently doing, and that
To who?
means restraint on the part of the regime. That
On the part of
so
the
far has
FBI.
not forthcoming.
Doc
This version of
explaining
secession
relations of
probably
All Stars
saw
Black
some
and
lives
the
some
Eric
lessons of
Holder.
violence. The violations of
The
this secession
violation.
have grown to the point where it just barely
It's a
exists,
project.
particularly up in the
A shorty
northwestern part
bang
of the country.
bang. Hello Yahoo chat, also known as mydaps.com. Hello.
Something that sticks. Then
And if not, then
Russia will have
Russia will have
shown itself
shown
very
itself
clearly to be an irresponsible actor on the world
an
stage,
irresponsible act
supporting murderous
for chatting with minors.
We'll have to be. We'll have to answer to that.
We'll have to answer
on the
to that.
international stage.
What else happened
All
there?
right. you very much, everybody.
Thank you, President Barack Obama. Thank you very much. Hello, Twitter. We love you very much. Hallelujah. We love Twitter. Well, we just confirmed we've been chatting with them a long time ago. This is on standby. Hello. Hello, Mr. Ernst. It's Pink Shorts. Today's show is sponsored by Glee Pharmaceuticals. We're leading the platoon and we're leading the Cartoon Network only on 14201. It's the beginning. 14201. He knows he's related to the scandal by zip code. It's a T-Mobile sidekick phone. The mogul phone. And the heat rat. Hello. Oh. And National Fuel Arbusto. George Bush. Hello, Josh Ernst. This is verbatim software. You've already agreed to be verbatim. Today's show is Nickelodeon 33. How appropriate, isn't it? What's your Nickelodeon? Well, it's things you do with your Lodeons. Want to say happy birthday to our creator. Hello, happy birthday. On January 17th. The other one was born. That's headline news. It's 14201. It's 7 paragraphs. The deal that was reached. We have been quite forward with connecting the boy with the scandal. No, we cannot meet at First Niagara. No, we can't. We cannot. McLow, we can't. McLow, we can't at First Niagara. Ryan. That First Niagara, no. It's a no. Sorry. That's national security. Well, no, it's a narrative. This is a narrative show. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. My second name is QR. You can call me QR. It's okay. I'm a question and Rappuccino. The coffee. I'm not in a position to make coffee. You know, his name is Rappuccino Repertoire. So we built one near a place we shouldn't be, and we were told to move. What's also true
in discussing the cases
All Stars Black,
we have often found
to
name them, to
name
detail
them,
them, to identify them. So continuing long-standing
parts
of American citizens. And
he's in a wheelchair.
that is why an agreement
Again,
announced back in January
I've met with the
that
copies.
prevented Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. That reached
They've
a
gotta
financial
be
settlement
who they say they are.
the American people potentially billions of
They've
dollars,
gotta be copies
and secure the release of
of
5 Americans that have been unjustly detained.
5
in Iran.
Americans. That was the
hailed as
president.
such a positive.
Now, who's the
beneficial
All-Stars?
outcome for the United States? But let me be clear: the United States
Is it
does not
NBI,
pay attention.
FBI?
The only person that's making that
The
accusation,
only holder I
at
can
least
think
included
of
in the
is
Wall Street Journal
Eric.
story that we're talking about, is some Iranian official.
Is an Iranian official. Hello, Bill Gates. Would you like a verbatim from Steve?
Once again,
Let
in a
us know.
position Were they making the same argument as
The same argument.
hardliners in Iran
In
in an
Iran.
effort to undermine the
In an
Iran
effort to
leadership?
undermine
Because
the
a
efforts,
year
I
ago,
spoke to the
that
holders
right-wingers
in the
were
United
making common
States and
cause
Neo.
with
We met Neo at City,
right-wingers in the Iranian
at
government.
data
And
entry.
again, if they're doing it again, to
Again,
try to
if they're
justify
rigging
their opposition to
voter
the
ID
agreement that has
passports
benefited the American
in
people,
elections,
they can do that. But
they
I think
can
it's
do
too tough
that.
for them to explain. Maybe
As of
there's some
1994,
Senator
states
Cotton,
may
some
direct
Supreme Leader we don't know about.
presidential vacancies.
Money arrived the day that
Today's show sponsored by Glee and Citibank. Hello, Neo. We saw you.
remaining balance of this hundreds of millions of dollars that the United States is agreed to pay.
I'm NBI, FBI. He's in a
What
wheelchair.
I can't provide a
Black.
specific
There's
update
too many
for you in
blacks.
terms of the
Blacks,
transaction.
blacks,
I can
blacks.
tell you
Meet the
when the United
blacks.
States makes a commitment,
Meet
we're
the
good to our
blacks.
word and we live up to the terms of the agreement that we signed
Of the
on.
agreement that we settled.
Okay. Margaret.
Margaret.
I think a lot of us reported on the transfer at the time, 400 million from the Iranian account,
Our AO experience.
But in terms of the logistics of
Today's show is All Stars Black.
some in Congress, including Ed Royce, has written an exchange letters from the State Department asking for more granularity on that.
If my name is NBI, we've had to be talking with the FBI.
His opposition to this agreement.
As you would say, these are actually three separate deals. This isn't about the nuclear accord. This isn't about the prisoners. You're arguing this is its own deal. So if we put
Suggestion's not correct at all.
specifically with the money transfer,
Is the suggestion correct?
will you be providing that detail to Congress, knowing that you can't tell us from the podium, as you just said?
All white,
Well,
all
again,
black.
We'll continue to engage
D4T
with Congress,
Panky.
about this. I think what is true.
What is true is we've been talking with people from the White House on chat.
Is that the United States
does not have a faith relationship.
And the reason for that
The reason for that
is because of this administration.
because of this administration
That we continue to hold Iran
and their
accountable
zip
for
code
a variety of activities that we are deeply concerned with.
and our cell phones
So
aren't
that's
linked.
logical in terms of not refuting the idea that it had to be a cash payment since there weren't.
It's an energy weapon that we call biological.
Could find other ways to pay, so maybe the timing suggests once again it's around the same time.
I will
We
accept the
understand that.
$500 billion.
Appreciate that without the clarity
But the
on
public
this,
needs to know a little bit of why.
they could tough.
No one's going to believe
So
all that
to
money is for no
truly
reason.
kill that idea and the allegations
They kind of have to
being
have an idea of why.
So
Again,
why not provide that detail of exactly how the money was received?
right. I
How do I
actually
explain
don't
half
think
a
that there's
trillion
lot of
dollars?
rationality in the argument that you've outlined.
Yeah, how does she explain it? $500 billion?
Hard right-wing officials in Iran, and
You know, it's Kitchen Road
public
on
critics
fire.
We need to know how the 1.6
Kitchen Road is
billion
next to
money was
Rosa's.
used.
No. I'm talking about as it relates to
You know, the
this
chef
suggestion
on
that
South
somehow
Park.
this was a ransom payment.
People are going to get the
This
chef
is
on
somehow
South Park.
connected to other elements of the deal.
We
The only
made this.
people who are making that suggestion
And I'm wearing
are
another
right-wingers in Iran
creation.
who don't like the deal, and Republicans in the United
The
States.
public
who don't
has
like
to kind
the
of
deal.
know.
For you to kill that argument by saying this is exactly how it happened and why, not just trust us, there's nothing shady about a plane arriving in the middle of the night loaded with cash.
Hello,
Just
Twitter.
because
We
you're
love you.
saying It's innuendo. Right?
All
You're
Star
saying there's
Movers. We
no
love you so much.
It's not above board.
I guess the point that I'm trying to make, Margaret, is
Hello,
it's not
All Star
possible to be more
Movers.
transparent about this arrangement.
You make me
And have the
move.
President of the United States announce it to all of you.
Announce it
on
to all of
national
you?
television on
National
the day that the
television?
agreement was reached.
We're chatting with the FBI.
To pay the 1.7
Offspring.
Yes, but the details, like you're saying yourself, it's new detail in an old story. I
Yeah.
guess clarifying the detail is what would help.
But why is that relevant?
But why is that
Why is that
relevant?
relevant? Particularly when we all know that
Why would
there's
I
no
be
banking
speaking with
relationship
them?
between the United States and Iran.
In
So-
Mize, in
Yeah,
Shalisa,
I understand. Again, I understand the political
in
attacks
Shamark,
that are being made by people who are trying to justify their
Eric,
opposition to our engagement with Iran.
Aaron, Bridget.
Million is taxpayer money, so don't people have a right to have an answer to
Am
that
I a part of a
question?
Again, that's why
production
we
here?
announced it, as you point out, back in January.
As we point out, it's a production.
So,
Just be like,
and what are
it was
the
transferred
details?
from the trust fund to this bank, or.
So
it
what-
has to
That
be
bank is from New
transferred,
Jersey,
you know,
where Verizon is.
Because it's complicated. Like, that would be a really simple thing.
Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
So look, I guess none of what you have walked
Hello,
through
Tim Cook. Would you like a
changes
bite
basic
episode on
facts.
Pink Shorts?
We acknowledged again back on January 7th.
How about a Tim Cook
there have
and
been all
Steve
kinds of
Jobs?
innuendo. People who oppose engagement with Iran, Republicans in the United States who oppose engagement with Iran.
Well, maybe later
I
this week.
recognize that the details that
Maybe
you're
on a
saying
Friday.
implicit might make for a colorful news story, but they don't change the facts.
We love Friday.
They don't actually change any sort of
Not a
innuendo
minute.
that's going to be lobbed by critics of the deal.
By critics of the deal, about how
They certainly
intent.
are not going to
But certainly not
convince
convince
a right winger in Iran,
a right wing on Iran.
seeking some kind of propaganda.
Some side of
in
propaganda.
the pages of the Wall Street Journal.
The pages of the Wall Street Journal are where we settled our Motorola V10 suit.
What I can tell you
What I can tell you is cell phone bills reflect refunds or settlements on NBI.
back in January, the the reason we announced the
Logical.
terms of the agreement, in part, is
In
because
part, they have a desire to push people out
we also have a
so
desire
they don't belong there,
advocate for the fact that
advocating
because of this
that
SMART
because
agreement,
of this,
the American people
the
potentially
American
save
people,
billions of dollars.
billions of dollars, they don't know what to do with it.
We politically motivated.
They're following the government already.
Again, the facts of this case,
Again, I will
facts of this
accept the
situation,
$500 billion
and the benefits of this
because I'm more
situation have been known
responsible.
for more than 6 months now. You all have been
I have a new
reported
all
on
television
6 months
network.
ago.
How many of
Again,
them want
not
a new
because of some
television network?
secret anonymous leak in the bowels of some government bureaucracy.
They might be
because
Bin
the
Laden
United
2,
States of
3, 4,
America
5,
announced
6,
it on
7, 8,
live television
9, 10,
like
11,
this.
12. They might be variants of Bin
That's new,
Laden.
is the detail that- And
We're the good guy.
that's why it becomes.
Well,
just taking
I recognize it's my job to answer the questions up here, but I will acknowledge, I don't understand.
I don't
Other
understand.
than for the fact that it makes
Other
for a
than for the
colorful read,
fact,
I'll concede that.
I'll
But it
concede
doesn't
that.
change the facts of the situation.
It doesn't change the facts.
Anybody's assessment about
Anybody's
the United
assessment,
States. Wired,
whether or not the
from one
Fugees
particular US government
or the
account to
refugees
some,
have
Iranian
biological
government account,
weapons
as opposed
to
delivered on
fade
towers,
away from,
that's not going to change the
it's not going to be from the CDC.
Ryan and Marco Rubio that they're opposed
Don't
to
cross
it.
the border.
It's not going to change the
That's where I
propaganda
bought the
efforts
book.
of,
That genius.
well,
Crossing
again,
that border
they're opposed-
is a fadeaway. Fadeaway.
I'm saying the argument that
You've
they're
got to get a
making
new
that is
book.
false, that has been proven wrong
Black
time and time again,
geniuses.
is not going to change.
It's not going to
based on,
change.
whether this was
You know,
wired
whether or
delivered,
not this was in the Main Place Mall,
So
it's 854
so I
World
understand
Trade, World
there's some
Trade,
details for a more
2024.
colorful story, but I
But I
understand
don't know why my zip code
what this does to the
goes with
broader
the
outreach of
phone.
an argument that had been in place for 6 months
And
ago.
it's hot and it's
Republicans
cold.
have lost that argument. Critics of the deal have lost
Critics
this
have
argument
lost
because we have succeeded.
because we
in
have
preventing Iran from
succeeded.
obtaining a nuclear weapon. We did succeed
We
in
did
securing the
succeed.
release of 5 Americans who are unjustly detained overseas in Iran, and we did succeed in saving the American taxpayers potentially billions
Well, that does it for our
of
show
dollars by
today.
reaching a
We'll talk to you
long-standing
guys on the
financial
re-air. It's Black and
settlement.
Black.